everyone! So last weekend marked the end of the 2018 Formula One season, and after such an emotional Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, I'm not sure anyone can remember the previous 20. So here's a refresher for you. Presenting the F1 2018 season rundown, part 3. Italy. I dare say, every F1 fan temporarily converted to Tifosi as Kimi stole pole position away from Vettel. I mean, how can you not love that man? An amazing first lap tussle saw Vettel showing off his beautiful ballerina skills in Project Goodbye World Championship Part 4, lighting up his rear tires and launching towards the back of the field. Danny Ric suffered yet another Project Blame Renault moment, and this time Part 6. His teammate, on the other hand, got a little naughty whilst fighting Valtteri Bottas and shows he still needs that mouthwash. Unfortunately, Kimi's glory was cut short by a determined Lewis Hamilton and some advice to the Tifosi. Stop booing. It makes him faster, damn it. Singapore. Okay, hands up if you were holding your breath into turn 1, because I was. But honestly, after that pole lap from Hamilton, did we think anyone could actually properly challenge him? But moving on, we got a little taster of Leclerc vs Gasly 2019. And Checo Perez got a little bratty, didn't he? I mean, what did poor Esteban or Sergey ever do to him? Okay, maybe not Esteban. But anyways, oh my word, not the battle of the year, but Sergey Sirotkin versus Grosjean versus Hamilton versus Verstappen. I mean, can you imagine what life would be like without blue flags? But anyways, I know Sergey almost drove Hartley into the wall, but he still gets my vote for driver of the day. Russia. Valtteri, it's James. We're gonna need you to activate wingman mode because we messed up Lewis's strategy and Seb looks kinda scary. Okay, thanks, bye. Now, with the elephant in the room out of the way, I mean, if there was ever a case for reverse grid, Max Verstappen's charge is for sure one. I mean, P20 to P5 in 8 laps? Also, amazing move by Charles on Magnussen. I was actually giving him a standing ovation. But on to the sister Red Bull team. I think they're training for some synchronized spinning. 9 out of 10. Would have given 10 out of 10 if it happened at the same time. Pity. Japan. Okay, let's talk first about that chicane. Because there's a road that feeds the cars back on track, but I guess we might as well not use it, right? Okay, Verstappen tried not to cut the corner, but Alonso just went full-on lawnmower mode, didn't he? Absolutely ridiculous. And then Magnussen pulls that outrageous stunt on Charles. A well-deserved puncture. Safety car ends. And goodbye World Championship Part 5. Vettel likes showing off his inner ballerina, doesn't he? At least it gives us some overtakes through a mighty midfield scrap. But where did he finish? Right, so far off Kimi that Ferrari couldn't even be bothered to implement team orders. America. Firstly, let's get rid of Friday practices, please. And secondly, if you didn't love Kimi after his pole in Monza, you'd be soulless if you didn't tear up a bit as he crossed the finish line here. But rewinding back to the start, I guess Alonso made a good decision to leave because, I mean, it's impossible to race these guys, right? But Vettel just can't get over his ballerina dreams, can he? Goodbye World Championship Part 6. So I'm just gonna briefly put Project Blame Renault Part 7 here, and the less said about that, the better. So Kimi's little dummy didn't work on Hamilton, but it sure worked on us because, let's be real, who wasn't yelling at Ferrari to pit him? But after the best wheel-to-wheel front of the field scrap, did anyone remember that there was a championship to be settled? But thankfully, Kimi got to celebrate in all his glory. Mexico. I think everyone shed a little tear for Danny Ric here. And leave a comment if you didn't. I want to know who are the heartless ones out there. But I guess Vettel finally realized that he was an F1 driver again because he didn't spin when he hit Bottas. And the midfield drivers really hate Alonso, don't they? Also, absolutely gutted for the Mexican fans as Checo retired. They are amazing people. Anyways, tires galore in the Mexican Grand Prix, and Mercedes' weakness strikes again. I mean, where were they in this race? Alright, yeah, lawn mowing and being lapped by the absolutely flying Max Verstappen. And by the way, Hamilton wrapped up the championship here. Brazil. Firstly, a shout out to Charles Leclerc for that bolter of a lap in Q2. So what could Brazil give us this year? Well, lots of people thought qualifying on softs was a masterstroke for Ferrari, but Brazilian weather decided otherwise. And it turns out writing off qualifying was the genius idea, because points are dished out on Sunday. So lights out and away went Marcus Ericsson's bodywork. The Renault boys got a little touchy-feely on their penultimate race together, and where on earth did the Red Bulls find their pace? But as we all know, Esteban Ocon put a stop to all of that on lap 44, and make of that what you will. So Lewis Hamilton finally wins the race after winning the World Championship, and Danny Ric finally finished the race again. Abu Dhabi. Gracias, Fernando, and cheers, Dan. I'm not crying, you're crying. Anyways, so apparently Abu Dhabi can give us some entertaining racing, and not to forget, radio messages. Surprisingly, contrasting starts for Verstappen and Leclerc, but once things went back to normal, as usual, we had Verstappen and Ocon providing ample amounts of entertainment at various points in the race. But Van Dorn, I just wish we'd seen more of that fighting spirit before his last race. And speaking of people's last races, they just didn't end well, did they? Now, I know lots of people are annoyed, but personally, I find flooring through chicanes 3 laps in a row a brilliant way to top off a brilliant career. And in the end, Lewis Hamilton won, and there's just no stopping that guy, right? And before I end, I'm gonna leave this beautiful scene here for all of us to take a few moments and reflect on this wonderful 2018 Formula One season. Okay, moment's over. So, thank you all for watching this season rundown. And if you haven't, do check out the previous 2 installments. If you enjoyed this video, do like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My next video should be out on the 12th of December, so do stay tuned. And I'll see you all then.